Hi, ma'am.
Hello Radhika, how are
Am I
you?
audible? I am fine.
Yeah,
How are you?
I am perfectly fine.
Okay. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am, on behalf of Manosthiti team. And now I would like to introduce you to our audience. So, Miss Hanika Kullar is a counseling psychologist, and she has an immense experience in the field of working in the field of school, hospitals, and colleges. She has done her PGDM from NCERT and has been certified by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Uh, she has also presented a research paper in national as well as international conferences. नाउ मैम ये तो काफी फॉर्मल इंट्रोडक्शन था आपका बट वी वुड लाइक टू नो मोर अबाउट यू फ्रॉम यू सो मतलब आप कैसे इस फील्ड में आए व्हाट वर योर एक्सपीरियंसेस एंड हाउ हैज इट बीन फॉर यू
First of all, thank you, Manasthiti, for giving me this opportunity to be here as a speaker. I would like to say something about me as a psychologist as well as getting into this career is when I was in class 12, I was curious about why human beings behave in a certain manner. So it's just the curiosity which takes me to offer psychology as a field. So I start my journey with Delhi University College. I did my graduation from there, and simultaneously I did internships. Internship with GTB Hospital, IBHAS Hospital, AIMS Hospital. Then I move on to Amity University for the masters, and then certified, as you already told the audience, to the viewers, that I am a certified counselor from the NCRT as well as Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. And then I started working with the St. Thomas School. I worked with Delhi government. I worked with Jaipuria College of Management. I had a work experience with Delhi University also. And currently I'm associated one of the Refuge School of Ghaziabad.
Great. So, and now I would like to thank all of our viewers who have joined with us today. And before moving towards the session, if you all have any queries, questions, or feedbacks for us, you can always put it in the comment section in the corner, and we'll take up the questions as we progress in the session. Okay, shall we
Before
start, ma'am?
before we begin, Radhika, I just want to
Yes,
confirm: am I visible and am I audible?
yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, as we are moving towards the topic, ma'am, can you describe what is stress? I mean, कभी कभार हम जो है काफी similar terms को interchange करते हैं जैसे stress, anxiety, tension. तो what exactly is the concept of stress?
Okay, if I talk about stress, stress is basically a reaction towards a threat, towards an event, towards a change. Whenever any transition take place, people perceive it as a threat, so they assume it as a stress also, right? So it is basically human reaction. Which actually produce a cortisol level which actually produce a cortisol hormone from in the bloodstream. So stress is a human reaction, I must say that.
Okay.
And
So,
I believe stress is normal. Like stress is part of everyday's life, right? There's nothing new about stress. Now every next person is experiencing stress. And the best part is how a person will perceive it. Let's talk about positive stress. Until now, most of us heard only stress associated with the negative term, right? But today, I would like to talk about stress as well as the positive stress. Generally, if I talk about the positive stress, that's a eustress, and the negative stress is the de-stress. If I'm not wrong, I have read somewhere that there is a concept of Yerb-Dodson law, which says that optimum level of stress is required to give a performance, right? So I must say people should take stress in a positive manner instead of a negative manner.
okay. Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am, but I think your voice is breaking.
Hello?
Hello?
Is it fine now?
Yeah, now it is fine.
Okay.
Srija has a question, ma'am. Does stress affect physical health?
Definitely, stress do affect physical health. It's not only affect the mental health. Physical health, in a way, I say that physical health is dependent upon mental health. Like both are independent on each other, right? Stress can be affected by mental health of a people in a way that it impact on the physical health too. Let's say, for example, person might have a skin disease due to certain lifestyle disorder, I must say diabetes, or due to blood pressure. So it has a physical impact on a human being also.
Right. So, जो stress है, does it lead to other mental health problems as well?
Yes, of course. Stress is just a beginning, I can say. It impacts the whole body, not just one, but everything.
Stress is the first step towards anxiety disorder. Stress is the first step towards, let's say, depression. People have that suicidal tendency which begins from the stress itself, right? So stress is, I guess, first step. The intensity will increase, and once the intensity will increase, it leads to various other psychological disorders or the psychotic disorders or mental disorders, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, ma'am, there is eustress and there is distress. There is one positive and there is one negative stress. So, how do we realize that we are not in eustress, but we are moving more towards distress?
I guess for that we just need to identify the symptoms. Symptoms are really important. Let's say, for example, there are physical symptoms, there are emotional symptoms, there are behavioral symptoms, and there are cognitive symptoms. If I talk about cognitive symptoms, person will start with confusions, person will face a problem of memories, person has lack of confidence, right? Physical symptoms may be trembling, sweating of palms, blood pressure, rapid heart rate. Emotional symptoms are also there. Let's say anxiety are there, right? Stammering is another one. Stammering is another one. So there are a lot of symptoms through which we need to identify on which stage of stress we are. Let's say, for example, if it is manageable, that's okay. But if it is not manageable, we need to identify certain aspects in our life through these symptoms, through which we are able to identify what stress is.
Okay. So, hello, ma'am.
Yes,
You can hear me, right?
yes.
Okay. So, looking at the current scenario, like there is lockdown, there is the uncertainty, there's fear of getting infected. So, what are the major factors that are causing stress among people?
uh, Stress have certain causes.
Stress has certain causes. If I'll talk about, there are stress from inside and there are stress from outside. Now you can see there is a lot of uncertainty, lot of insecurity,
Right. People don't know what come next in their life. People lost their jobs. People lost their income. There is a loss of a loved one also. Right. All of us are staying home only. So a lot of stress comes in. There is no physical movements. When we go outside, there is no physical movements as such. There is a loss of a loved one also. Parent-child conflict is also there. And if I talk about the inside stresses, then we think how we perceive ourselves. We are criticizing ourselves. We have overgeneralization for it. We have a cognitive distortions, right? We assume ourselves as helpless. Like things are beyond our control. We cannot control everything. Whatever comes in our life, things are beyond our control.
so in that way there are a lot of causes which actually impact a individual mental state of well-being.
Yeah, right. Um, is it the same for every age group? मतलब ये जो भी situation है, इससे हर एज ग्रुप को सेम तरीके से इफेक्ट हो रहा है या देयर इज सम पर्टिकुलर एज ग्रुप व्हिच इज मोर प्रोन टू गेटिंग स्ट्रेस्ड in current situation?
What I personally believe, it's a good question though. What I personally believe that no, I cannot say that every person have experiencing the same level of stress just because of two things. One is the person capability of dealing the stress, and stress depending upon the situation to situation, time to time. Stress cannot be same for all the time, right? And let's say for example, there are different stages of development. There is a childhood, there is adolescent, there is adulthood. Everyone cannot experience the same level of a stress. Some might have a high intensity and some might have a low intensity of a stress. For a child, if I'll say, a child who needs to move out for his own psychomotor developments, he or she feeling stressed up just because of this, that the parents ask them to sit inside because of this coronavirus. So they feel stressed that we are not going outside, we have to stay home. But in a childhood, the child need to be move out. But when I say an adolescent is the one, they are experiencing a different level of stress. Let's say for example, students, I'll talk about board examination was going on in the month of March, and every day, just next day,
we got to hear that everything will lock down. So there is a delay in examination. So students are worried about कि अब next exam कब होगा, कैसे होगा, मतलब अब हमारे results कैसे आएंगे, and percentage, next class में admission. So adolescent students have a different level of stress. When it comes on to adulthood, if I'll talk about, as I can see or I can read in various articles on various social networking websites that there is layoffs, people are getting a salary cut, so there is a income loss, I can say. Like for most of the people, they are not secure with their job, so that's also create a stress among themselves. Okay, now what next? So stress varied upon person to person at different stages of development. I cannot say that it's same for everyone, but yes, it is somewhat it is there in everyone's mind, even for a child as well as for the one who is in the adulthood stage. So every one of us experience the stress, but it depends upon person to person, as there is an individual differences, right? And everyone cannot experience the same level of stress just because of their coping strategies, right? People have a different coping strategies, so they know how to manage their coping strategies. So that's how I can say that.
So ma'am, as you said कि different factors are affecting different age groups. So क्या हमारी personalities भी एक important role play करती है whether we are more prone to getting stressed or not?
Yes, I did one research study in which I have read about the personality factors, right? And in that personality factors, I have studied different types of personality, like extroverts, if I'll talk about, introverts, neurotics, right? These are the personality traits of a person. So everyone, if I talk about extroverts are the one, they are the more happy one, but they are also more the social human being, right? They are the one who like to move out, who like to be around the people. And I believe this stressful situation is somewhat impacting them, of course. But on the other hand, if I talk about introverts are always among those who are more into books, who like to be into calm state. So both of them have a different way to adapt the stress, to express the stress, as well as to deal with the stress. So personality have a different ways, I can say that. It's not the same person or the same personality traits are being there for every next one, right?
True. What are the indicators or symptoms that a person is stressed, that indicates that a person is stressed?
Indicators, if I talk about, let's say for example, I have already discussed or told you before as well. These are the basically symptoms. If I talk about the symptoms or the indicators are, let's say for example, if a person has a stage fear, like, and that person is not able to go to a stage just because he have a high intensity of stress. So there will be sweating of palms. He or she might lack confidence somewhere around. He or she might feel trembling in their hands. There will be rapid heart moments, right? And
there are other symptoms as well. There is a confusion. He's not confident enough for the things. He or she might be shaky, and people have confusions. What I personally see is that people have confusions. People are not clear. People people say things again and again at that moment of time also, right? And they are looking for someone with whom they can, burst out their stress. Just a one moment or just a one person. So when person is stressed, I always told, being a psychologist, told to my students as well as to the concerned person whom I am dealing with, he always go with a coping strategy. The best part is stress is the one thing which is manageable, right? And why you always take stress in a negative way? Why not positive way? If you tell the stress how to respond, if you tell your mind about the stress in a positive manner, your mind starts responding in a positive way. What happened is we always associated the word stress in a negative manner. हमने एक conditioning किया हुआ है, the stress है तो मतलब कुछ गलती है, but ऐसा नहीं होता. Stress positive भी होता है, right? तो stress positive लेना start जिस दिन हम कर देंगे उस दिन से शायद बहुत सारी चीजें चेंज हो जाएगी, बहुत सारी चीजें we just turn a table, right? तो इस केस में I must say कि we have to take stress in a more positive manner.
Of course, sometimes positive stress drives you to achieve something also, like study more for
Yes.
exams and yeah, etc.
Yes. It leads to
Yeah.
learning, it leads to success, it leads to build a resilience, I must say. Stress leads to, stress helps you to give an optimum level of performance, I can say. If you're not stressed about, क्योंकि what's next? A little bit of stress is necessary. अगर मेरे को नहीं stress है कि कल क्या है, तो I'll not prepare for it. I was like, okay, right? And that okay will never lead a person to succeed. We should be so peculiar about certain things. क्योंकि if I have to do it, I have to do it.
I think more important here is to realize whether it is a positive stress or negative stress. That's why I asked you before that how do one realize कि this is something now getting out of my hand?
Yes. Realization, if I'll talk about, then we can say that, for example, how a person think that he or she is in a stressful situation. That realization is very, very thin line different. What we do is we start reacting instead of responding. Let's say, for example, I told person, "Okay, do you hear me? Or do you listen to me?" But what generally people do is people usually hear instead of listen, and once they hear they only react instead of responding, react in a negative manner, react in a, they have anxious thoughts, and whatever person think, whatever person feel, person speak, that leads to anger, that leads to loneliness, that leads to isolation, right? A person will be behaving in a more negative manner, the negative emotions take place, right? So these are
Yeah,
the few things through which person can identify. Okay, now I feel certain thing is, what, I personally believe that we need to acknowledge it. Once we acknowledge it in my life, I only work on a 4 things, like that is 4 A's. What 4 A is: acknowledge, appreciate, alter, and avoid. First, I will talk about acknowledges. Once you accept the situation, the negative situation, you look forward for the solution, right? Once you look forward for the solution, you appreciate it. Okay, this thing has given me an experience. Now, from next time onwards, I'll do a better thing. Third one is the alternative. We'll figure it out. What are the alternatives? What are the better options? If not this, then what? And the fourth is avoid. Like things are beyond my control, I should avoid it. I should leave it. Right? So these are the 4 A's which is implicate to the person to deal with stress.
okay. Ma'am, your audio and video are a bit unclear.
Just a moment.
Yeah. Hello?
Is it better now?
Yes. Yeah.
Am I
So,
visible now?
yeah, better.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We have a few questions, ma'am. Um, Wait, I'll take them up. How many types of stress are there?
There are, as I told it before as well, there are two types of stress: the positive stress as well as negative stress. Positive stress.
Hello? Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. What are the different types of stress?
Um, as I told it before, that there are two types of stress: the positive stress as well as negative stress. The negative stress is the de-stress, and the positive stress is the eustress. The eustress is the positive stress, and de-stress is the negative stress. These are the two types of stress.
Okay. How can caffeine affect stress?
Definitely. Caffeine affects stress in a negative manner, as caffeine is related to a cortisol level. When we have caffeine, there is an increase in the level of cortisol, which is proven by a lot of researchers as well. So caffeine affects negatively on our body. So I personally suggest that if a person can avoid taking it, good for him or her.
Um, can overstress may lead to paralysis to our body?
Uh, yes, even this situation also come if a person
Is into that stage of life where he or she cannot manage it, right? So that can also lead to this as well. Like this situation can also come. So I must suggest stress is one of is only one thing which leads to many disease, not just one, many lifestyle disease like thyroid, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and many other puberty related diseases as well.
Okay. What is the trigger factor for stress?
Okay, if I talk about trigger, then these are the triggers. Let's say, for example, how we see ourselves. If we think about self in a negative manner, and if we think that we are good for nothing, there is a loss of a job, is a trigger for a stress.
these are the stressor indicate. I can say these are these are the triggers through which a person can identify कि, okay, I am into a stage of a stress, right? I'm into a state of stress and how I can deal with it. These are basically
Hmm.
triggers. Environmental triggers are there. Social trigger like extreme heat.
Is a trigger. I can say person will not feeling well. That can lead to unhealthy. A person can feel unhealthy. This is one of the trigger. The COVID-19. We are into lockdown. Pandemic is there. That's a big trigger for stress. Right, right. So there are a lot of
Yeah.
triggers through which a person can experience stress.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. During this pandemic, what stress management techniques a individual can use?
Um,
Ma'am, your
there
audio is
there
unclear.
are a lot of stress management techniques. If I say, hello, am
Mm, Sorry, ma'am, but your audio is unclear. I think there is some network issue with her. I'll try to get back. Okay, she's joining with us. Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now the video is clear.
Okay.
Okay. So the next question is,
We
mm,
are talking about stress management techniques, if I'm not wrong.
yeah.
Okay, there are a lot of stress management techniques. Let's say, for example, doing yoga, meditation,
Hmm.
counting 1 to 10 can be the one, listening to music can be the one, expression. Let's say, for example, a person can express through drawing, through painting, can be the one. A person can plan it and then execute it. People can have a mirror exercise, like in the morning they wake up and they can see themselves in a mirror and motivate themselves by having a positive self talk. This can enhance their self confidence, I can say, motivate them to do better, right? So these are the few tips which I can say help a person to deal with their stress, to manage their stress well.
Okay. Is there any way to control this stress during suicidal triggers?
Once I think controlling the stress at the time of suicidal triggers is not a good idea. Honestly, it's really not a good idea. It's better to speak it with someone, to express it, to take a help with the either a therapist or a psychologist, if not a friend. Even if you talk to your friend or to whom you think is the one who understands you, can be helpful when it comes on to whenever it comes onto suicidal tendency or thoughts. A person need to The first thing a person need to do is to speak it with someone whom they think will be the reliable person who
Hmm.
he or she will understand.
Okay. Smriti is asking, for people dealing with GAD, how should they deal with the stress created during the pandemic situation?
Okay, yeah, that's a good situation. If I'll talk about, GAD is basically a generalized anxiety disorder, right? In this situation, person is already suffering from anxiety, provoking thing like anxiety is also one of the symptoms. And this is a time of pandemic, right? This is a time of lockdown, COVID-19, in which the anxiety also increases, as the stress and the anxiety are both are the negative emotions. So the best way
Hmm.
to deal with this is, Smriti, what you can do is do what you are best in, right? You can use certain affirmations for yourself. Let's say, for example, I can deal with it, relax, it's okay, so what agar ho gaya to. There are certain ways, even they are the worst situation which you have already dealt with, so this is just another one you can deal with this too. Never lose hope. It's just that you need to be optimist, you need to have faith in yourself that you have that much capacity that you can deal with it very well.
I hope that answers your question, Smriti. Next is Manasa is asking, is there any way out for people who are depressed to manage their part of stress during this lockdown?
Yes, definitely. If I'll talk about, if it's a serious condition, then stick to your medications if you are taking it. Apart from that, there are a lot of helplines which is being run by various government as well as non-governmental situation. Take a help from a psychiatrist, take a help from a psychologist, speak to them. And if I specifically talk about this lockdown, then try to enhance your mood by doing certain exercises, by meditation, by yoga, by listening to the music which you like the most, by some drawing, some expression activity, by plantation, right? It, I believe this is not a set rules or technique, right? Everyone has to do the same. It always depend upon person to person. Whom do they think is the best strategy for him or her? They can opt for that.
Yeah. Moving on, she has another question. What about people, those who can't manage their part of stress due to their existing mental health issue? How can we help them?
Okay, if I'll talk about existing mental health issue, that is something which person need to deal with medications. So please, it's a request. If you are taking any psychiatric prescriptions, do continue with that. Don't give a break into it and follow. I can understand that it's quite difficult to manage it, but it is not something impossible which you cannot manage it, right? You can manage it, like lot of case histories are there with me as well as a psychologist, and I have seen many of the cases in which even if person is suffering from lot of issues, lot of things, but still they're trying their best to come out of it. They're trying, always have a positive, why you perceive, I don't understand. Okay, this is something natural, this is something automatic, we cannot stop it, but at least we'll try to manage it in a way कि okay, let's have a positive affirmations, positive self talk with ourselves, क्योंकि let's try it, एक बार करके तो देखते हैं क्या होगा, let's see what's next. At least try, have a positive attitude, have a positive self talk, have a positive belief in yourself as well as in your surroundings, so that things will work on.
Definitely, we all will try to do that. Mayura is asking, how about stigmatization against survivors and frontline workers during COVID-19?
It's a really nice question. Again, I have to say, like, if I talk about COVID-19, it's automatically had one of the stigma for the COVID-19 warriors as well as for the sufferers. Let's say, for example, once a person who has been into a state of suffering, once they recovered from this situation, from COVID-19, they always get stigmatized, and they might feel they might got that rejection from their peer group, as COVID-19 is something which is infectious disease, right? It is a virus which can be transmitted to the people who are around us. So stigmatization is something which people have, but I say this is wrong. Every time it is wrong to stigmatize anyone, whether it is a COVID warrior or a COVID-19 sufferer. Like, they might have the feeling of rejection, they might have the feeling of loneliness, and already the sufferer were already in the quarantine where they are isolated, right? So they already have a negative emotion. Instead of stigmatizing them, why not we welcome them, and why not we salute them? Why not done? You in the war. We have to motivate, we have to appraise them, we have to reinforce them, we have to reward them even, right? Both the warriors as well as the sufferers, because they are the real heroes.
Ma'am, your voice was breaking. Can you repeat the last point?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying, instead of stigmatizing them, we should respect them, we should reward them, we should reinforce them, because they are the real heroes, I must say, right? We need to salute
Yes,
to them, whether he
definitely.
or she is a sufferer or he or she is the this corona warrior, right? So it's I guess the person who is doing the stigmatization, that person need a help, right? Not
Hmm.
you. That
Hmm.
person is somewhat negative, right? That person have a negative mindset, right? So that he or she see you as a stigmatized person, so that person need a help.
Definitely. Um, when we unable to manage the time, how can we manage the stress that occurs due to the pending work?
Yes. This is something I guess lot of us
Right.
are into
Uh,
it, right? So
yes, definitely.
this is one of the behavioral symptom of stress, that is procrastination, right? What people
Mhm.
usually do is they delay it. कर
Yes.
लेंगे, हो जाएगा, right? Something like that. So ये जब हम pending work और कर लेंगे जो होता है ना, बहुत सारा ये एक साथ हो जाता है, and then we was like, how it leads to a burden. For some it leads to a burden, how we can manage it, and then that is a trigger, the burden is a trigger for a stress कि now what, अब तो कल submissions है, कैसे होगा? So I always suggest, please be organized, have routines and set your priorities. Even during the time of lockdown, don't do things like, okay, waking up at 9, 10, 11 and do whatever things comes in, right? You have to set your routines. Whatever, if it is stick to 7, wake up at 7, dress up beautifully. When you look good, you feel good, right? And prioritize your task. Okay, these are the important things which I need to do now, and these are the things which I need to do next. So once you organize things, once you manage things in a way by setting priorities, it will happen. Like I always give this example. Like if you have 86,456 rupees and there is no chance to save it, you have to spend it for the day. So what will you do? So people usually say that we invested, we buy it, we maximum utilizing it, right? In that state, so why not you think that 86,536 is just a number? It's not just a number, it's just a time. Invest your time wisely like your money, because it will never come back. It will never ever come back.
Very well said. Sharang is asking, how can we take stress in positive ways?
Yes. If I talk about stress in a hello.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. Okay, if I talk about stress in a positive way, it's all about our mind. If we say it, our mind, that stress is something positive, our body responds toward it positively. ठीक है, अगर हमें स्ट्रेस ही नहीं होगा, मुझे कल काम करना है, मैं उसके लिए प्रिपेयर ही नहीं करूंगी थोड़ा भी, तो क्या वो मेरा काम अच्छे से हो पाएगा? नो, दैट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. Even if we are how much talented we are, I can say, we still need to prepare ourselves. We need to do last minute preparations. It actually, I can see that stress as it can boost your morale. It can help you to motivate yourself. It can help you. It acted as a reinforcer in your life, right? So I personally suggest that take stress in a positive way by visualizing it, by planning it, and by executing it. Okay, this is what is there. These are the set routines of mine. These are my priorities, and then this is the thing which I need to do next.
I think Shika had the similar question, how to take stress positively. So we have answered that.
Yes.
Now Manasa is asking, how can we see if the stress is positive or negative when the person is not in state to understand?
Few symptoms are there which helps us to understand that are we in a state of stressful situation or not, right? There are cognitive stresses, there are emotional stresses, there are behavioral stresses, there are physical stresses. If I talk about the cognitive stresses, then cognitive stressor is confusion, memory issues, you are not confident, few cognitive distortions are there. That's a cognitive. If I talk about behavioral is something we feel trembling, there is a decrease or increase in appetite, decrease and increase in sleep patterns, right? These are the behavior which is visible, right? If I talk about the physical is rapid heart movement, sweating of palm, dryness in throat, right? These are few symptoms through which a person can identify he is in a state or stressful situation. Okay. I hope I answered them well.
I guess, yeah. Yes. Moving on, Mayura is asking, and what about stress from increasing levels of domestic and sexual violence?
Okay, this is something sensitive topic which most of the people don't discuss about it. But being a psychologist, I guess we need to become more aware of topics like this. When I talk about domestic violence and the sexual abuse is something which is the worst of everything, right? In the way, why I'm labeling it as a worst in a way, because people are hesitant. People did not spoke about it. People did not talk about it. People are not coming about it due to the stigmatization. There is a word stigma. They think that they have this thought process that if I'll speak, what will happen? So when it comes on to a situation like this, there are a lot of helpline. There are women helpline. There are child helpline through which I guess there are child abuse helpline through which you just need to make a call. It's just a call away. You just need to make a call and speak to them regarding what has happened, and they definitely help you. That's even when I was working, when I was associated with my government schools, with my Delhi government schools, I confronted with one of the case. So I reported to the principal as well as to the one whom I'm associated with, and things will proceed in a very good manner. That's the personal experience I had. So always speak to the problem, always speak to about the problem to the concerned person. It's okay. It's okay. Trust me, it's okay. If you speak about it people will gonna help you. And moreover, you should, or it's not should, you need to become more aware how you can become more equipped to yourself in a way. You have to be strong. If it is wrong, it is wrong, no matter what. If it is right, it is right? You just have to take a step ahead.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And never demoralize yourself. Never take yourself as a negative person, as a hopelessness, as a helplessness person, right? Always have that much confidence in yourself. Okay, I can do it. I have to do it, and I will do it. Right? Have this much guts in you. I can say have this much confidence in you. In you, you can ready to deal with each and every situation of your life.
That is great, ma'am. Komal is asking how we can improve our sleep patterns and reduce stress.
Komal, I can say that sleep patterns play a very important role in our life. What I personally observe is during examination, students wake up late night and the next day the examination is, right? This is what I observed during the board examination or any XYZ examination, or even when we have a behavioral addiction, that is social media addiction. We are on a social media, we don't know about time, we are not concerned about time, but it actually disrupts our sleep cycle, right? And it impacting our body, impacting our mind. So I always suggest students, I always suggest to the people, to my viewers, please set your sleep pattern. It's a good idea if you set your sleep pattern, if you take care of your
Hello? Yeah.
It's always good idea if you have set your sleep patterns, I can say. So take care of your appetite, take care of your sleep. That's a good idea, because sleep deprived person, or if we have disruptive sleep pattern, if we don't have any set routine, it will definitely gonna impact our mind as well as our body.
Definitely. Ragini is asking, do the stressful things also come up as dreams?
Can you please repeat it?
Do the stressful things also come up as dreams?
Yes. If I talk about dream analysis or dream interpretations, in those situations, stressful things always come up in your dreams, right? Let's say, for example, people have a vague dreams, people have a negative dreams, people have fearful dreams. So this is one of the symptom of the stress also. People come into stress which they usually suppress, which they are not able to express. That lead to these disturbed sleeping dreams, I can say.
Okay. Why it is important to manage stress?
Yes, if we'll not manage the stress will increase, right? So it is really important to manage stress. As I have discussed it with you earlier as well, that there are a few tips and tricks through which 4 A's, I would like to repeat the term 4 A's, that is acknowledge, appreciate, alter, and avoid. Once you acknowledge, once you accept that the stress is there, then you look forward for the solutions. And once you look forward for the solution, you will appreciate it. Appreciate it in a way that, okay, I have a good experience in my life, or I have a bad experience in my life. I have learned something from it, right? I have learned something from it. And once you, appreciate it, there are certain other ways. Let's say, for example, alternative. You look forward for the alternative. If not this, then what? If not this, then what? If not this, then what? And then the last one is to avoid. कि okay, ठीक है, things are beyond my control. I cannot control everything in my life.
Yeah.
Right. So things are beyond my control. So in that situation, you have to avoid it.
Okay. Raghu Yadav is asking, in case of emergency, how can we reach you, ma'am?
In case of emergency, there is a NCRT website where those who are registered counselors, their numbers are available on that website. So you can reach me through them, or Manosthiti is one of the platform through which you can reach to a psychotherapist, psychologist, or whosoever you think you can provide help to you. You can reach to them as well.
Yes, definitely. Sharang is asking, can we manage anger with the help of positive stress?
Yes, I can say, for example, I would like to address it with the help of example in a way. Anger is also one of the negative emotion, right? It is one of the symptom, I can say, of stress. When it comes on to anger, people have a lot of negative energy, right? बहुत गुस्सा आता है. So in that case, what person need to do is to channelize their energy by investing their energy into sports, right? That's called a positive thing. As through sports, the person can pent up their emotions into it, and through which they can gain something, right? Through which they can gain something. So this is one of the thing. As through anger, we can take anger in a positive way also, right?
Definitely. Shrija is asking, does stress cause burnout? How can we recover from this?
Okay, if I talk about stress can leads to burnout, yes. When we avoid stress, क्यों ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, we'll not take care. That's a stress. We'll not take care about ourselves. कि we avoiding it, कि कुछ नहीं होता, अभी तो थोड़ा है, बाद में सब ठीक हो जाएगा. Things will work on, and we'll not take care of it. We are not taking a break. We are not taking a help from a consultant person. That can lead to a situation of a burnout. And when it comes into burnout, the intensity of stress is really high. But again, I'm saying the best part is at that situation also, you can manage it. It's just that you just need to identify yourself. What I personally believe that most of us we all have the assets as well as liabilities, but most of us focus on a deficit part, the liability parts. Why not we trying to know about our strengths, what we are good in, and why not we are trying to enhance that. I always suggest it to people कि if you have, definitely, if not one, if not two, if not three, if not four, at least one, right? At least one thing you must have, you have positive about you. Focus on your strengths and enhance it so that you can deal easily with the stress.
Divyanshu is asking, how do we deal with stress in limbo?
I didn't get this question.
Can you please elaborate on that, Divyanshu? Till then, we can take up the next question. Does this preparation thing also apply for the gifted children?
Yes, definitely. If I talk about the gifted child, there are lot of disabilities. There are lot of disabilities with the gifted child. Let's say, for example, autistic is there, ADHD is there, cerebral palsy is there. There are a lot of disorders. If I talk about gifted child, there are a lot of things. Learning disabilities there. So there are a lot of things but it depends upon person to person. Like these are the interventions which depends upon child to child. But yes, we can do preparation. For example, if I talk about a child who is suffering from a lot of anxiety, right? He or she is feeling restlessness. So what, being a parent or being a caretaker, what we can do is we can set a routine for them, and once they start implicating that routine, once they start following that routine, we just need to appreciate it, right? We just need to reward them, we need to reinforce them, we just need to give them something which they think would be, which they like the most. Anything it can be, we just need to appreciate it.
Okay. What is the best way to manage stress?
Uh, this is something I can say, there is nothing best, or there is everything best, right? Uh, it depends on person to person. For some, it is the painting which is the best. For some, it is the drawing. For some, talking to someone. For some, plantation is the best. For some, seeking advice is the best. For some, doing yoga is the best. For some, doing exercise or meditation is the best. For some, developing resilience is the best, or being optimistic is the best. For some, using the affirmation is the best. So there is an endless list which I can say is the best. It usually depends upon situation to situation.
Hmm. Sharang is asking, can positive stress lead to overconfidence? If yes, then what to do about it?
Positive stress, I don't think so that positive stress doesn't leads to overconfidence. Just because we, at the back of our mind, in the subconscious, we definitely associate stress as something which we are, anxious about. So positive stress is not something which is leads to overconfidence. Positive stress prepared you, right? Prepared you for a optimum level of performance. So it is not something which leads to overconfidence.
Okay. Vaishali is asking, stress related to death of a close one, how to deal with this and how long it prevails.
Okay, Vishali, in this case, if I'll talk about, it depends on the person capacity, that how long that person can deal with it. Let's say, for example, it depends upon your coping strategies. It depends, though, this is a main cause of stress, like it comes as a family stressor, right? Loss of our loved ones to whom we are actually really close to. So definitely it will lead to stress, but we cannot have certain time bound thing. Okay, it will wave off in 1 month or in 1 week or in 1 year. It all depends upon your capability, skills. It all depends upon your coping strategies, like how you see yourself, how good you are to manage in. It will help you to deal with the stress. So there is no set rules for dealing. I can say that it depends upon person to person, and it depends upon intensity to intensity. In this case, if I talk, it's a high intensity case, right? But yes, we cannot change things. Here the things are beyond our control. Can we control? We cannot. So we just need to question ourselves. Okay, now what's next? ठीक है, हुआ, that's a huge loss to you, to anyone, or to the family. But yes, now what we have, you know what, we never count our blessings. We are not grateful. I have seen, like, we take things for granted. But I guess this lockdown, this COVID-19 situation taught many of us that we need to be grateful. We need to count our blessings. Things which we take for granted are no longer for granted. The people, the situation, the routines, because things will change. Things are uncertain, right? So always be grateful. Whatever God has give you, always count your blessings.
That is true. Gautami is asking, does loneliness lead to stress?
Gautami, in this case, I can say loneliness is one of the symptom of stress. If a person is make himself or herself lonely or feeling lonely, right? That means he or she is already in a state of stressful situation. So what you need to do is you need to learn how to manage it, how to cope up with it. That's the next thing which you need to learn. Right. So loneliness states that, loneliness depicts that you are into a stressful situation. So what you need to learn is the coping strategies, I can say, how best or how well you can manage it.